On with us is Bob Ghetti. I think he's on the phone, host of Eagle Hour. And Bob, good morning, sir. How are you?
Well, good morning, Paul. Not quite 80, but I'm on the path there. That's for sure.
Well, we all are until we're not.
Yes, my grandmother used to say it beats the alternative, right?
That's exactly right. Can't argue if you're part of the alternatives. But listen, great game yesterday as far as the game one, game two didn't turn out that well. But your thoughts, a little bit of a wrap up.
Well, it's been really exciting down here. Unfortunate that the first game was delayed, but when they resumed it yesterday, the Golden Eagles were able to prevail. They had a bad inning in the third inning. In the second game, they were ahead 4-0, and credit to Tennessee. They came right back, scored 6 runs, added 2 more in the next inning, and then both teams held each other at bay for the remainder of the game. So that sets up the winner-take-all game tonight at 5 o'clock. USM goes into the game with a record of 46-19, and so close, just one game away from their second appearance in the College World Series. But either way, Paul, it's just been a really exciting weekend down here, and a real credit, I believe, to Southern Miss to get this far for 2 consecutive years. We're really proud of the Golden Eagles and really hoping that they can pull this out tonight.
Man, it just makes you thirst for that same type of excitement, and it comes with winning as far as football and also basketball. But it's just remarkable. And I think everybody understands this oddity of Ole Miss, Mississippi State, now Southern. Just to be able to get into the College World Series would be a benchmark on the state for the state of Mississippi in baseball.
It would really be remarkable, wouldn't it, if the 3 universities did that. I'll tell you what, early this year, Southern Miss played Illinois, and the Illinois play-by-play guy came on our radio show, and as he got there, he said to us, it's really exciting to be in the center of the college baseball universe here in Mississippi.
True.
So I think people all through the country recognize the incredible excellence of all 3 college baseball programs here in the state. And, Paul, it's really remarkable when you think about how small our state is, and to have 3 perennial top 20, 25 programs in the state of Mississippi. Credit to all 3 universities, I believe.
Well, we need the tags now with birthplace of America's music and the birthplace of college baseball as far as championships.
No question.
Put that on the tags of the future. Let me ask you this, and just purely your personal analysis of this. How does it line up for today's game as far as the pitching staff?
I think the truth is that Tennessee probably has an edge in the depth of pitching. Southern Miss used their All-American yesterday afternoon, and to be honest, he didn't have his best game. They have 2 young men. Let's see, one would be a sophomore and one will be a freshman that are still frontline pitchers that have really performed for them throughout the year, and those will, I'm sure, be the 2 kids that they lean on first. Southern Miss is a really great defensive baseball team, although they made 4 errors yesterday, and that's the most they've made in any game all year long. I'm going to give a slight edge to Tennessee in pitching depth. I think that may be offset by the rowdy crowd that will undoubtedly be there tonight at 5 o'clock. And as people who know a lot more about baseball than me, Rick Cleveland, Hill Denson, have told me all weekend, this is a 50-50 deal. This could go either way. The teams are really evenly matched, and we'll just have to see how it plays out. But I think if the Golden Eagles can cut down on the errors, they've shown ability all weekend to hit the pitching of Tennessee. If they can shut down the errors, these 2 young guys can pitch solidly, and the Golden Eagles can put some bats on the ball. I think they have a legitimate chance to win it. But I got to tell you, Paul, I think tonight's game is probably a toss-up.
Yeah, I agree. I was looking at the forecast. 5 o'clock this afternoon, there's a 50-50 chance of rain.
Yeah, I think there's a chance of rain here all day, about a 40 to 50%. And I assume that the reason they moved the game to the evening is there are only 2 super regional games left in the country right now, and they're going to put one on ESPN and one on ESPN2. So I guess they moved it to the evening for primetime TV. I think the rain chance is pretty much the same all day long.
Yeah.
And, Paul, in today's world of college baseball, it's not so much the rain as it is lightning. They basically cancel the game Friday.
Absolutely.
And no one there saw a bolt of lightning all afternoon. So I think lightning becomes a bigger concern, really, than just if you had maybe just a rainfall.
Well, for anybody traveling in to see the game, it starts at about noon with a 30% chance. And then by game time, gets up to about 50 and stays at about 50 all the way through around 7 o'clock and drops a little bit to 40% about 8 o'clock. So bring your rain paraphernalia one way or the other. Maybe just light drizzle and you get the game in.
And be patient.
A lot of kudos to a guy who's been there for coaching for 23 years. His final season at USM, I think, his 14th year, Scott Berry.
Paul, he's Scott's a great baseball coach. Scott's an even better man than he is a baseball coach. He is beloved down here, and for good reason. He's one of the kindest human beings I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. He always has time for everybody that wants to talk to him. He never forgets people that he knows. And you want to go to the College World Series, but I can just tell you that people down here would just give anything to see him finish his career. It would be it'd be kind of like a movie script, Paul.
Oh,
if you'll remember, several years ago, 2009, Corky Palmer announced his retirement. The team went on a roll and got all the way to Omaha, and now we're one game away from repeating that. And I would ask you, Paul, what are the odds of that happening? What, 1,000 to 1 that you could have this scenario?
Crazy, yeah.
Crazy, yeah. I will say one other thing, too, Paul, about super regional baseball. Community leaders down here tell me that they think the tournament will bring in $4 to $5 million in the local economy. And so, there's a real significance to a university putting on this kind of athletic event down here. So in that way, it's a great win for everybody in Hattiesburg. And that follows last year where they hosted the conference tournament, the regional tournament, and the super regional tournament here last season. So Southern Miss baseball has brought some money into the Hattiesburg economy in the last year. There's no question about that.
Well, if folks around the state haven't been to Hattiesburg in a while, it's a vibrant city. It's got a lot of great things going on for it, and this just adds to that. You're absolutely right. Zoo ain't bad either.
No, this is it's just like I say, it's just a win-win for everybody, and of course the hotels, restaurants, fast food places. Everybody benefits when athletics are going well here, and I think I'm sure that applies for Oxford and Starkville as well.
Thanks to people like Robert St. John, I don't think anybody's going to go hungry there.
No, you're not going to go hungry in Hattiesburg, Paul.
No, you're not going to go. You're not going to be underfed for any stretch of the imagination.
No. Weight control is the problem down here, Paul.
Hey, it's all over. You guys are doing a great job in the Pine Belt, though. I mean, it's just popping, and we thank you so very much being part of the family here for so long.
Well, Paul, I love my association with SuperTalk, and my wife made a comment when we left our Christmas function this year that SuperTalk is more of a family, than it is a business. Of course, it's a great business, but it's definitely a family. And I've known a lot of people there for a long time. I don't think I've known anybody there any longer than you. I remember you back in the years and years and years ago when you came and convinced me to join the SuperTalk Network and Mississippi State and the Ag Network. So we go way back.
Hey, yeah. Plus the fact, if you think about it, in regular families, we've had less divorces in SuperTalk than we had in regular families. So
that's for sure. That's for sure.
Hey, Bob, thank you, man. Appreciate it. It's always good talking to you.
Okay, Paul. Same here.